The greatest thing that does happen for business owners, especially that work from home, is they get distracted. They're getting distracted because they're worrying that they're not succeeding. They're not planning out. They're not doing an analysis of the successes. I often have talked about there's four stages of creating. So, and most people, they're not going into the fourth stage of creating, which is actually sucking the life out of them expanding their business. So, the first stage is actually having a dream. You start to get this excitement, this idea, the dream about doing something. And then the second stage of creating is you're creating a plan, right? You start to create a plan of what you want to put out in the world, your product, your service, your offering. The third stage is you execute on that offering. You start to be doing it and you're doing it and you're putting it out in the world and you're offering it and you're offering it. And then what happens is you start to lose ambition, excitement, and you start to pull back. And what you're actually doing is you start to go back into, oh my gosh, I got to think of something new. I got to think of something new. And then you start that whole cycle again. But the fourth step is celebration. And when you're celebrating, you're actually celebration is fuel for the soul to keep you moving, to keep that intrinsic motivation happening. So when you have those four stages, when you are into that stage of celebration and you are tracking what you are doing, that's where you're going to get a big visual on what is working and what's not working. Most people are afraid to track what they're doing because what they see is lack. And that's not true. If you start to evaluate what you did each day, what you succeeded at, what you completed, what you're in creation of, as you do that, you're going to continue to fuel yourself in moving forward. And when you start to see the movement that you're getting on each of these creations in your business, on each of the movements forward, you're going to be less interested on what's going on outside of you, and you're going to stay more focused because you want to see more and more results. So when you're tracking what you're doing, even the little things, that's where you start to see results happening. Results is not just the bottom line. Results is not the end. There are results that you want to be tracking all along. And as you are tracking and you've been doing your strategic planning and you're checking in with your strategic plan every month, every month, every month, what you're going to start to do, and this is the very cool thing, is you're tracking what's going on, and you're thinking about that strategic plan. You're going to start to take some very refined actions to move you into that plan even more. But if you're not tracking yourself, you're going to get to the end of the month, the end of the 6 months, the end of the year, and you're going to be incredibly frustrated. And oftentimes you will allow yourself to be distracted, or you will allow yourself to quit and give up. And we don't want to do this. Remember, go back to that first moment that you thought about doing that business and what lit you up. Remember what I always say, that business came to you because it wants to come through you. There's something about you that this business knows you can deliver. It's up to you to really get serious about this and have a plan every single solitary day. Stop flying by the seat of your pants. You're missing amazing opportunities with yourself, with your growth, and with your business. And when you start to see the results that are happening every day, the small steps, and you're celebrating them, oh, watch the pleasure that starts to happen in your business. It's so amazing.